apply the posting to the puppy, a few things that sometimes helps is to actually sit the puppy on its side, kind of have it lay down, or you can even have it sitting up. But if it's sitting on its side, it's usually a lot more easier to work with. Always make sure that the ears are clean and dry, especially dry. If you go put a posting on and there's moisture in the ear, that's asking for an ear infection. First thing we're going to do is take our popsicle stick, and on that little lobe that I pointed out earlier, inside the ear, my pinky's touching right there, we're going to set the popsicle stick right on top of that lobe like it's sitting on a shelf. Then I'm going to hold the ear up flat and straight on the back side of the popsicle stick. I'm going to center it to the stick, and then I'm going to fold this flap of tape over to where I've got the puppy's ear encompassed and that popsicle stick and the little flap that we had hanging off. You want to squeeze that tape together, close off the ends, and make sure you've got it stuck good. Then we're going to grab our foam plug. Hang on, baby. We're going to grab our foam plug. Very important to get this seated all the way in the base of the ear. Again, you can pry it in and twist it down, and you want to work it in until you know it's seated in the base. Baby, please stay still. Alright, there, I just felt it go on down, and you could even see it slide on down in that bowl. Now, when I stick this foam plug to the popsicle stick, I'm going to pull up gently on the ear and stick those two pieces together. And that's actually kind of preloading that ear with just a little bit of tension. Squeeze the ear around that sticky plug to form it to it good. And then we're going to grab our small piece of white tape that we have prepped, and I'm going to fuse these two pieces together. I start on the back side of the ear, kind of overlapping both the plug and the stick about 50-50, and gently wrapping it around. This front edge of the ear, you want to make sure that it's pulled in, touching that foam plug, and then just continue wrapping gently. I'm not putting any pressure to cut off the circulation in the ears. I just close that top off. Then we're going to grab our Elasticon tape. The most important part of applying the posting with this Elasticon tape is you want to start it on the foam plug, down low at the base, and this tape has got to be going towards the front of the puppy's head. And then when you start wrapping it around, this little fold right here at the front edge of the ear, it's probably going to be hard to show up on the camera because it's black. There's a little fold, a little crease here on the puppy's ears. If you wrap the tape towards the front of the head, it's going to pull that crease, that little fold, and wrap it exactly where it needs to be. You want to keep this tape down low. Keep it as low as you can when you're wrapping it, and I'm not putting any pressure to cut off the circulation in the ears. Just gently wrapping it. This tape is so sticky once you get it wrapped. You just squeeze it real good to that foam, or to the sticky plug. And that is one ear posted. Now, I'm going to just use my little puppy turntable here and spin Miss Willow around. Hopefully she'll be a little bit more still on this ear. First thing we're going to do is grab our popsicle stick, and I'm going to set it on that lobe. Again, it's like a little shelf for the popsicle stick to sit on. Alright, holding the ear flat and straight. Hold on, baby. Holding the ear flat and straight on the popsicle stick. Center it, and then fold that sticky flap over. And squeeze the ends of that, close it. Just make sure you got as much stuck to the ear as possible. Then with the foam plug, again, emphasizing getting this in the bottom of that bowl. If you don't, that foam plug pops out. You can pop it back in, but it may pop back out and then you'll have to redo that ear. Once I get that foam plug all the way in the bottom, I'm going to pull up gently on the ear, and I'm going to stick those two pieces together. Again, with my small white piece of tape, I'm going to fuse these top pieces together. I'll always start on the back side of the ear, overlapping about 50-50 the foam plug and the stick. Very important. If I just kept wrapping, I don't know if in the video you can see how that would pull that ear back. You just want to pull that ear to touch that foam plug when you're wrapping the top. Gently wrap it around, and then on the top edge I just always push that down. I think it looks nice, neat, and clean. And then with our Elasticon tape, main reason I emphasize going towards the front of the head, if you wrap this tape backwards, it will actually flatten out this fold at the front of the ear, and that fold is very important. It's a muscle that helps control the ear. So again, start the Elasticon tape. You want to make it touch the foam, the sticky plug that we made at the very bottom, going towards the front of the puppy's head. And if you wrap that foam or that Elasticon tape, it's going to pull that fold exactly where it needs to be. You don't have to get your finger in there and make it fold or anything. Just wrap this tape gently around, keeping it low on the ear as possible. And again, once you get it wrapped, then go back and squeeze it all together. We're using the adhesive of the tape to hold it on, not pressure. Now the last thing is the bridge to put it on. You just want it to go straight from one ear to the other. What I'm going to do is keep it down low so it doesn't hang on anything. Now I'm going to go ahead and wrap one side of it all the way around. Now before I secure this side, I'm just going to temporarily stick it together, and I'm going to pull the puppy's ears down. I want the ears at about 10 and 2 positions or 11 and 1. You don't want to make this bridge so tight that it holds the ears at 12. If you do need to shorten it any, you can actually tear that tape to shorten it. Stick them together. That actually looks really good to me. That's about 10:30 and 10:30 and 1:30 there. So then wrap the rest of that around, and that is done. Yeah, just kind of pan around to show what the finished posting will look like on your puppy. I wish she had been this still in the beginning. For a first year posting, she did really good. Whenever you take these postings off, these postings will be good for 3 to 5 days. If they get wet, they need to come off. If they get extremely dirty or start getting a funny smell, they need to come off. No more than 5 days. If they stay clean and dry, then on day 5 they can come off. You want to clean the ear thoroughly with a good ear cleaner from your vet. Let the ears air out for 6 to 8 hours and then reapply that posting.